This is Gretchen Rubin. She's the author of the best-selling memoir, Happier at Home. Gretchen, good morning. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
Why is it so elusive, happiness?
Well, it's something that we strive for, but sometimes when we get the things that we want, it doesn't make us as happy as we expect it to. But then also there's an important role for negative emotions to play in happiness as well. Some people, things like anxiety, remorse, guilt, fear, these things are big flashing signals that we need to change something in our lives. And so even negative emotions have an important role to play in a happy life.
Isn't it also true that people when they define happiness, they tend to define it in terms of a perfect life, and it can never happen?
Right, exactly. I think it's more helpful to think about being happier, not achieving some mythical goal of a happy life or achieving perfect happiness, but thinking today, next week, next month, what are the things that I can do to be happier?
I like one of the ladies in the piece, the women in the piece, who said that, sometimes you have to stop and think about what you do have, what you don't have. I've been through difficult times in my life, and I have oftentimes found really happy times because of those difficult times. Good friends, good family, things like that.
No, absolutely. These negative situations can often remind us of what really matters. One thing my mother says is that the things that go wrong often make the best memories. And sometimes the thing that seems terrible while it's happening actually then leads to very good results.
You have children. How do you teach them about what is a part of happiness and what isn't?
Well, there's sort of an unself-consciousness to children that I think is good. So I don't talk to my children explicitly about happiness, but I try to think about what I can do to make our home a happy place, an environment where it's easier to be happy. So things like not feeling hurried, having a tender feeling of engagement, stepping away from devices, things like that.
Stepping away from devices is a big one. You have some tips, and I think some of these are interesting. So the first one you say is make your bed. Right.
Now, this sounds so silly, right? So trivial in a happy life. But so many people have told me that this is something that they tried and that really works for them. It's a little bit of control, a little bit of order, first thing in your day. It's something that you can actually get done. It seems to really make people feel happier.
So at 4:10 in the morning, I should make my bed, even if my wife is still in it. I should not do that.
Last one out of the bed makes the bed.
All right. Next is make sure you take time for warm greetings and farewells.
Yes. This is one thing that we do in our house, and I can't believe how much it changed the atmosphere. Every time somebody comes or goes, we really get up and give them a warm greeting or farewell. None of this grunting out a hello, barely looking up from the newspaper, a book, or an iPad or whatever. And that gives you this feeling of engagement and tenderness.
Well, it's heartfelt. Yes. Unless it's not. Unless somebody just goes, hi, how are you?
Yeah.
But if you stand up and you take the time to recognize someone, not only arriving but also departing, I think it means something. It comes from the heart.
No, and it gives you that feeling in your household that people are really paying attention to each other.
You say increase personal relationships, and this is an important one because I think one of the reasons people tend to be unhappy is because they lack personal relationships.
Absolutely true. Ancient philosophers and contemporary scientists agree. Probably the key to happiness is deep relationships with other people. So anything like going to a college reunion, joining a book group, making a pledge to yourself that you're going to have lunch with a friend once a week. These are the things that deepen relationships, and that really leads to happiness.
And the last one is a little, maybe you're on the silly side, but surround yourself with pleasing scents. Yeah. And I'm a big fan of this.
Yes. Well, it's one of there's no calories, there's no money, there's no time, there's no mental focus. You just smell a grapefruit, smell clean towels, smell a bottle of vanilla, buy a scented candle, and you get that quick hit of happiness, just that bodily sense of joy. It's very small, but it can really lift you up.
Gretchen Rubin. Gretchen, thanks very much. We appreciate it. Again, Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year to you.